Do you know that there are ways in managing learning disabilities? I mean, do you know that when you find out that your child has a learning disability, there are certain things you can do, and there are some treatments that will help solve some of the disabilities. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how to manage or treat learning disabilities. So before we go on, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, like and share this video to help others to also learn. When it comes to learning disabilities, one thing you need to know is that you cannot cure it, neither can you fix it. Do you get it? On the other hand, with proper diagnosis and early interventions, the child can succeed in life. And so we are going to look at some of the management that you can use when it comes to learning disabilities among children. And so the first thing you have to consider is special attention. When you come to realize that your child has a learning disability, just as we've described or discussed in our previous videos, then the next thing to do is to give the child special attention. Now, when we talk of special attention here, we are talking of getting the child special education services. Do you get it? It will help to give comprehensive assessment on the child to know that, okay, even though the child has learning disability, he or she is also good at this area. He has these abilities, he has these capabilities. So special education will help to build on those abilities so that those abilities will become so obvious that the child's learning disabilities will not be much of a problem. The next thing you should also do is to get a child extra help. Extra help. Here we are talking of extra classes, extra reading assistance. You know that the child has problem with reading. The focus should not just be in the classroom, but also extra help where even outside the classroom, there will be someone who will assist the child in reading, in learning vocabularies, in learning some mathematical concepts or mathematical formulas. Do you get it? And so get extra help for the child. Another treatment of management of learning disability is medication. There are some disabilities the child will need medication. That is why when you realize or you see some of these signs of learning disabilities in your child, you don't just sit there. Take the child to the hospital for proper diagnosis so that the doctors will know, okay, the child has this problem, this medication will help. And so sometimes it has to do with the focusing and attention. There are some medication that can help a child to focus well or help the child's concentration in the classroom or even in the house. And so when you take the child to the hospital for a proper diagnosis, some of these interventions can be given in terms of medication that will help the child to focus very well or concentrate very well. The next important thing you need to get for the child with a learning disability or an individual with a learning disability is therapy. You get it? And when we talk of therapy, it depends on the learning disability the individual has that will require for a specific therapist or a specific therapy. But in general, all children with learning disabilities, they need psychotherapists. You get it? Psychotherapists will help them with their emotions, dealing with emotional issues, and also learn some coping skills or coping mechanisms. One thing is that when it comes to learning disabilities, it comes with a lot of emotions. Imagine finding yourself among your colleagues and they are doing well academically. They are always at the first position. And you are struggling with writing, you are struggling with reading, you are struggling with even understanding concepts and grasping it. It comes with a lot of emotions. Learning disabilities also leads to low self-esteem in the child. The child begins to feel that, as for me, I'm no good, I can't do anything. They don't even get close to their friends because they feel, oh, they don't know anything. Their friends will laugh at them. They will say that they are blockheaded. And so they are always isolated. They are dealing with a lot. They get tired because they can't understand why they can't do certain things, why they are not able to read well, why they are not able to get this concept, why they are not able to score high in class, why they seem to fail at this particular subject. And so they become tired and they are drained emotionally. But unfortunately, in our part of the world, we don't see therapy as very important. I'm talking of in African here, especially in Ghana. Since I'm in Ghana, I'll talk about Ghana. We don't see therapy as important. And so a child with learning disabilities will go through his or her educational life without anybody to sit the child down, to talk to the child, to help the child to understand certain things, to help the child to deal with all this emotional trauma. So they go through it by themselves. It's not the best. It is not the best at all. And so get a professional. Yes, you, the mother or the father, you may be talking to your child to, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine, but you are not a professional. So get a professional, a psychotherapist for the child. Depending on the kind of the learning disability the child is facing, if it's in the area of language or speech, then the individual will need a speech and language pathologist or a speech and language specialist. Also, some disabilities or learning disabilities will call for occupational therapy. When you go to the hospital, the doctors will help you to get in touch with a psychologist or some of these professionals. Okay, the next management needed for children or individuals with learning disabilities is support group. Support group, very, very important. The support group you are talking about here is about the child knowing that, oh, I am not alone. Oh, I have other people who are also going through what I'm going through. Sometimes if you are facing some challenges in life and you don't know that someone is also going through the same challenges, you become so worried, you become so depressed and all that. But the moment you come to realize that, oh, what you are going through, someone is also going through it, and that person will understand what you are going through, it gives you some kind of relief. Do you get it? And so support groups, meaning bringing these children together for them to share their experiences with each other, is very important. Also, support groups for their parents, because the parents might not be able to know what to do, but when they come together, they'll be able to share ideas on how they are able to help their children in the house, and they'll be able to learn from each other. Also, through these support groups, they can get a specialist to educate the parent the best ways to go about it, because sometimes you, the parents, might think that, oh, the way you are going about it is the right thing, but getting education will help the parents know that, oh, this way will not help the child, but this way rather will help the child. Hope you get it. One thing is that in our part of the world here, when it comes to support group, we don't really pay attention to it. The best, most of the time, the schools they do is to call the parents of the child, discuss the learning problems of the child with the parents, and that is it. But to bring those parents together, we don't really see it. Yes, we do have a parent teachers association, that is their meetings, PTA meetings or parent meetings, where all the parents comes together with the teachers to meet and discuss about their children and the school. But bear in mind that these parents are for all the children in the school. They are not specifically for parents with children or learners with learning disabilities. So as much as you bring all the parents of the students or the learners together, find a way to also bring parents of learners with learning disabilities together, them to share ideas and also to educate them. Hope you understand. Also, during your PTA meetings, you can get a professional, someone in the area of special education, to come and educate all the parents on learning disabilities and some of these hidden disabilities. But most importantly, bringing the parents of learners with learning disabilities together for them to share ideas, learn from each other, and get education is very important. And so these are some of the ways you can manage learning disabilities among children or individuals. In our next video, we are going to look at classroom management, how teachers can handle learners with learning disabilities in the classroom so that all of them, including those without the disabilities, will succeed in education. Thanks so much for watching me. Please, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share this video so that someone will also get to learn. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.